Put that on you, man.
Hey, I like that.
All right, so make some noise again, y'all, for Isaidit the poet.
Yeah. Hey, give it up for Street Science Radio all day long. Hip Hop for Flint, we got your back. We hold it down for y'all here in Bloomington. Again, my name is Isaidit the Poet. You can find me at www.isaiditthepoet.com. If you want to contact me, you can email me anytime. I welcome all people to contact me. You know, I'm just that type of dude. At isaidit.mc@gmail.com. I'm gonna get right into this poem, man. And again, this is for everybody. Shout out to Hip Hop for Flint. So many pairs of hands in the air look like we holding up the sky, as if the sky's falling. But no, it's not that the sky's falling. We as a culture's falling, dropping like flies, no metaphor intended. Police in the street shooting us down intentionally. No mystery. Because you see, the darker your skin, the more likely you too can become a target. It's that simple. Because the system got to eat. And man, they starving. They starving for our melanin. Just like a simple bottle of water to those in Flint. Because you see, the black man, original man, founders of civilization, you see, we create the power in every nation. So when they kill us, it creates dehydration and documentation amongst the next generation.
Peace.
Hey, that
Yo,
was the
people. Appreciate you. Love. Peace and blessings. I want to welcome you all back for another great episode. You know my name is Celebrity Interviewer. I said it. And this is Words of Silk Poetry TV show. Another great episode, season 2. And I have the pleasure of having a lady all the way from Florida. She's been putting it down for a minute herself. And she got mad bars. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? I've been checking her out. She even have a new book out. You know what I mean? And she's written a book before. She's a well-known author and a great poet, like I say. And she goes by the name of Manouchka, the poet.
yeah.
And man, I'm just really happy to have you on the show. And I just want to salute you to everything you've been doing. You know what I mean? Peace, Queen.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate you putting me on.
Putting me on, girl. You putting me on. How's your day going?
My day has been long. This is my first day back to work after being on vacation for 2 weeks. So that has been a struggle transitioning back into the work life. But all in all, it was good. I can't complain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
How about you?
definitely. I'm sorry.
I said, how about yours? How's your day?
Yeah, my day's going good. You know what I mean? I really appreciate, you know what I mean, just being in a position to highlight other poets. You know what I'm saying? I really love poetry. I love the art of it. I love the doors that you can open with it. And if I may start, you know what I mean, how did poetry inspire you, or how did it influence your life at an early age?
Oh man, I got introduced to poetry when I was about 16 years old in high school. And we had a teacher that made us write a poem about American history. And I didn't want to do the assignment. I was getting F's. And so I finally sat down and I wrote it because she would make us stand in front of the class and say it. So she would know if it was coming from us or if we plagiarized. So
All
one
right.
day I finally wrote a poem that spoke to me. It was about the melting pot and how I'm a Haitian woman and I had to learn to be proud of my culture because our culture was ridiculed back in the 90s. So delving deep into that and learning about my history, it made me connected to myself. And I think that's how discovery came out. Poetry came out through me with self discovery.
Oh, absolutely. That's beautiful. I
Yeah.
like I like that. So, was there someone else in your family that into the arts?
Actually, all my siblings write.
Okay.
I have a brother who writes books, never published. I have a sister who writes poetry. She doesn't perform or doesn't publish. And my father used to write as well, but I think I'm the only one that actually, took it as far as to doing live performances and publishing books and things like that.
Well, much respect to you, and you know what I mean. That's awesome, not only for yourself, your family, and for your background, for your ethnic culture. You know what I mean. That's groundbreaking. Actually, you know what I mean. You've helped open the doors for for other Haitian people. So that's awesome right there.
Okay, that.
Yeah, really dope. So tell me this: what is it that you like about writing the most?
The best way I can describe it is a release. There's something about writing poetry that makes you release any pain, any anguish you have, any love, any emotion that you have. Um, you can release it on paper with poetry, and that's the best part of me. It's almost like a sigh of relief that I have when I finish writing a poem. It's like, okay, I needed to get that out, and then I feel great after.
Right. Yeah, I can relate, you know what I mean? I feel the same way. Like sometimes when I don't, maybe in times when I don't feel good or I had a bad day in the past, or you know what I mean, it was giving me an outlet, you know what I mean, instead of expressing my way, I'm sorry, expressing myself in a bad way, a negative way, or being rude to somebody, I just put it out on paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put it on paper. Yeah, so it's been definitely been a release for me in therapy. Do you feel like, you know what I mean, your poetry has been, because this is how I feel, and a lot of poets feel like this. I don't know if it stands for yourself, but
Mhm.
does your poetry also, you know what I mean, represent when you're trying to inspire others, it's still like self-therapy?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think that's the way poets give back to the world, through our own pains, through our own struggles, because a lot of times you never know what someone needs to hear. And it can be a message that you yourself needed to receive, and you just processing the message yourself allows someone else to receive that message. So it's on so many levels. It helps you and it helps others.
Yes, yes, it do. You know what I mean? So let me ask you this. What gave you the confidence to say, hey, I'm gonna document this and start writing books? Because that's a different type of confidence. You know what I mean? I'm a performer. I'm a very confident person myself, but you know, but still to this day, I've been in poetry for 20 years now, and
Wow.
I've still never written my first book. So, what was it that led you to write your first book?
The lack of confidence, I believe it or not.
Mm, the
My
black
lack
love.
of confidence led me to my
Wow.
confidence. Yeah, I
Mm,
just it was a point where I had stopped writing. I wasn't writing, I wasn't performing, I wasn't doing anything poetry related. I had just came into a relationship and then became a mom of twins, and my life revolved around that. So for 4 years in this relationship, when you're with someone that doesn't pour into you, oh look at my babies. It doesn't pour
beautiful.
into you. It's hard to become who you're meant to be. So living in that lack of confidence in myself and not knowing who I was in this moment, is what led to the confidence of knowing myself, and the confidence of writing what I feel again. And all of that came out in a book. It took me a couple of months, not even, maybe a month or two, to write the book, because I had so much built up emotions in me for not writing for 4 years.
Right. Okay. Okay. And as you saw, um, delayed gratification. How did you come up with that name, delayed grat? That's so powerful. Like, man, it's so powerful. You know what I mean? I'm still analyzing it myself. Like, that's deep. What does that mean to you, delayed gratification?
I feel like, especially now, we live in a kind of microwave society where we want what we want when we want it at this exact moment. And I think that people have lost the true art of waiting for something. Yeah, I feel like you get more gratification when there's just a little bit more time. Like you left the macaroni in the oven just a little bit longer so it get a little brown on top, you know.
Right.
So instead of, getting that instant gratification, delayed gratification is a whole lot sweeter.
Absolutely. I like that.
Mm.
I like that. Yeah, you really appreciate it, you know what I mean? When you notice you was expecting it then, and then
Yeah,
it comes later, like you said.
exactly.
So
And it's always on time.
that's right, Godspeed. That's dope.
Hmm.
Okay. So the name Manouchka the poet. Now I know that your name is Manouchka, your birth name.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So
And that's why that became my stage name. My stage name is actually just Manouchka. But I just
mm,
put the poet for Instagram and Facebook. But
okay.
I said to myself when someone asked me, "Oh, what's your stage name?" I was like, "Whoa, what's a stage name?" This was before I started performing. Oh, like
Right.
your the name you use to perform, and I'm like, Manouchka, because you'll probably never meet another poet named Manouchka.
Real talk. That's for sure.
Mhm.
It is definitely unique. Now tell me, what does that name mean?
You know what? I have been trying to find out for the longest time. I do know that the name derives from Russia,
Mm.
um, but I have no idea what it means. I'm about to make something up because I just
Right.
can't find out.
Well, see, now you have that liberty because if you possibly can't find any information on it, maybe you can, create the Wikipedia on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So hey, you know what I mean? Start it. You know what I mean? And whatever it is that you say it is, that's what it's going to become.
That's what it's gonna
All
be.
for
I like that.
the next Manouchkas that come after you.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, so I know that also you didn't stop there. You wrote another book, which is awesome. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring it up. Hold on. Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Wet
Hold on, let
paint.
me take this down. Now, when I screenshotted this, hold on. So when I had screenshot that, I left that white part up there purposely of
Mhm.
Instagram. I did that purposely because I wanted you to see something. And this is the universe. Now, obviously, I just reached out to you, and I can't say that I knew exactly who you were. I didn't know how great you were and stuff like that.
Mm.
But if you look at the bottom, it say Words of Silk, Chicago. Today you are on Words of Silk, and I'm in Chicago. That was my Instagram before Instagram took my page, and I can't control it no more.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about? But I liked this when you posted that, and that was in when you posted it 2019 whatever.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, the universe, it's full circle, you know what I mean? And I didn't know that I was gonna have a virtual show, you know what I mean? I was doing at the time when I liked that, I was doing this show only solely, you know what I mean, in person in my
Wow, look
city.
at that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. So now, please, with that being said, let's get into this book because that's a very unique, very beautiful cover.
Thank you. The book was inspired by sex.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Because
Very
it's a
true.
book of erotic poetry. I do specialize and I do write a whole bunch of different stuff, but I specialize in erotic poetry. And the cover was inspired by a name someone gave me. They said wet paint. And that was
Mm.
literally the visual that came to my mind, just paint dripping off the body. And that's where that inspiration came from.
Okay. Okay. Well, when it comes to the poetry, erotic poetry,
Mhm.
I had the opportunity. Are you familiar with the late great Strawberry Taylor? Taylor Strawberry?
Mm-mm.
Right. So definitely for you being, a great erotic poet yourself, you know what I mean? I had the pleasure of being able to when I started poetry, you know what I'm saying, like I say back in the day 20 years ago. She was very nice and you know what I mean, she used to get me into Club Suites that was out in Dalton, Illinois. It
Mm.
was called like Suites and it was another place, but that she used to host. but she
Wow.
became the biggest erotic poet in the world. She was the
Wow.
only poet that was had a spot, a strip on the Las Vegas Strip. She had her own erotic show on the Las Vegas Strip independently. She's like she only person that ever did that. She did it like twice, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. That's amazing. That's inspiring. I gotta
Yeah.
look her up.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. I just had to shout out Strawberry Taylor. You know what I mean, great erotic poet, the best ever. You know what I'm saying? She was doing it like 25, 30 years. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah, so she just
Hmm.
died too young. But you know, with that being said, you know what I mean. I'm glad that she that energy helped inspire other erotic poets like being yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I feel like we need different forms and of poetry. You know what I'm saying? Different flavors. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
why was
erotic poetry kind of gets a bad rep because it's not. Some people don't qualify it as poetry, but it's just as poetic as saying roses are red, violets are blue.
right. Yeah, I like that. In that order though, for real, for real. Um, I believe that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your Black Power poetry, you know what I mean? You got your just anything, the erotic, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's
It's an
all about
aspect of life.
self-expression.
Yes.
Right. Self-expression, you know what I mean? And hey, and people be showing out and turning out and showing up at these shows
Yes,
too.
because sex is still kind of taboo, so people are like scared to say what I say. So when I do a show, it inspires people to be like, "Oh, girl, you said what I've been thinking, but I never could say." You know,
Right,
so
right, right.
it's almost inspiring, like to kind of. I even had a woman come up to me one time and actually cry and said, "Oh my God, you're so confident. I wish I can tap into that confidence." I said, honestly, it's within all of us. People don't believe me when I say that. I used to be really shy. I didn't like people. I didn't want to be on the spotlight, and how I became a poet, I don't know, but it's what happened.
That's my life. You know what I mean? I was the shy guy. I was the
Yeah.
person who was very, 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 very quiet. You know what I mean? Unless I felt comfortable around you. And then I later became comfortable around anybody. So it's funny
Yes,
how that works.
it is.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but they find that, the most quiet people tend to end up being the most vocal or
Mm.
it's selfish people that got the most to say because we've been holding it in for so long.
Holding it in. Yeah, I believe that for sure.
Yeah. So tell me about I was looking on your page, obviously, and looking up some of the past shows. You've been involved with some big celebrations, big events. Can you tell me about the Rock the Mic event that you was involved in February Valentine's weekend?
Oh man, with my girl Al Michelle and Mr. White Chocolate Poet Steve Valentine. Those are my people.
Okay, okay.
We put on they put on a show and they asked me to come. It was an amazing vibe. Like two women actually got proposed to that night. So
What?
there was just yeah. So there was just so much love. One of the poets actually performed and proposed to his girlfriend as
That's
he was on
powerful.
stage. It was an absolute beautiful moment. And I love where we have um people like that who puts on shows in the community and really keep poetry alive.
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone that like you say, are the promoters behind a lot of these big events for poetry and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Around the country, around the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is another event that I came across that you was involved in. I'm sorry, not event. This is records, clever records. So radio show.
Yes, that was super super fun.
Mhm.
I always will do anything once, so I love trying new things. I'd
Right.
never been on a radio show before or anything, but it was literally all sex talk, and it was just freeing and liberating. We would have callers call in and kind of chime in. We would have guests on the show and things of that nature, and it was a really fun vibe for sure.
Absolutely. That picture in the background though, that's powerful right there.
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
girl, oh girl with the microphones.
Yeah, with the mics.
Right. That's interesting. So the Queens of Miami.
Oh man, this
Talk
was the
about
show
that.
of all shows right here. I mean, I felt honored. I don't know,
Wait, hold on.
some real big name poets that have been in the game for a long time. And so for me to be able to be on the stage with them and perform, it was literally like a dream came true. Like my girl, Red Riding Hood, right there in the middle. She's the one who put on the show, and it was an amazing, amazing event filled with so much love and empowerment and women, and the energy in the crowd was just, it was the best event that I've ever experienced in my life.
Mm, mm. That's
Yeah,
awesome. And what stood out to me about this poster, other than the obvious, that is a beautiful poster, beautiful design, is beautiful black queens all over it.
all
And
over.
yeah, I like how it's Queens of Poetry, Miami. But specifically, it's the fact that you started the year January the 11th. This show was on January the 11th. And 11 being the beginning of things, like that's my favorite number. That's my thing. Well,
Yes,
my birthday is my favorite number. Actually, 29. That's the day I was born on. But 11 is my second favorite number. You know what I'm talking about? So
yes.
I know
11
that
is,
means something to you too. That 11. So talk about that. What that meant to you to be able to do the biggest show that you've ever been involved in and start a year, and it started as beginning on January the 11th. What did that
it
mean? Let's get to
was,
that.
I mean, it brought poetry full circle for me. It
Mm,
let me know that I was on the right track. I was on the right path. I'm here to bring a message. I'm here to make people feel good about themselves. I'm here to feel great about myself. And I just want to share that energy with people. So the fact that I got to do that with queens that's been doing this in the game for a long time and have made a name for themselves in this poetry game, it was an absolute honor. Absolutely. Mhm. It was absolutely amazing.
yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm sorry about that. I gotta turn my other phones silent.
Yeah, good.
Mm, I know better.
Right, host?
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, but that's beautiful though, you know what I mean? And to be accepted by the ones that you look up to, that's always a beautiful thing, right?
Yes, yes, most definitely.
So what did you take away from that show? What did you learn from some of these women that you have been looking up to that you finally got to communicate with directly though, right? What was you
It
asking
was.
them?
I literally just basked in their light. It wasn't even a words exchange. It was more of an energy exchange between women. It was just a sisterhood. We left feeling more connected to each other, connected to the world, connected to the people there. The whole thing was a complete energy exchange. And I just felt blessed to be in their presence. And it was just seeing magic happen right in front of my eyes. And I got to be a part of it. So
I love that. I love that. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I remember when I had the chance, you know what I mean, going back, when I was able to perform around the ones that I was looking up to at the time and to just be on
mhm.
that stage, and I just didn't want to mess up and just wanted to do so well.
Yeah,
So you feel nervous?
I still feel nervous every single time. Every single time I go on stage or I go in front of a crowd, I feel nervous. My heart starts to race. I'll get a lump in my throat. But as soon as I step behind that mic and I open my mouth, the fear disappears. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. You know what I mean? I always say like, you know what I mean, and I too get nervous too, you know what I'm saying, when I go on stage. But it's the opportunity to either fail or be like at your greatest, to put on the greatest performance you ever put on, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like so that's how I approach it, you know what I mean? And then at the same time, failure is not an option. So I got to put on the show.
Exactly. You got to put on the show. You got to make the people remember you. People
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
remember what Maya Angelou said. People won't remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel.
Mm. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. May she rest in peace. Considered the greatest to ever do it, and I believe that,
Yeah.
that's true. She
Most
definitely
definitely.
inspired me. That's what led me. Actually, she's what led me to say that, I'm a poet over being a rapper because, we going back 20 years, when all my guys was like, I'm a rapper, I'm a rapper, I'm a rapper, just all
Yeah.
love, about, but because I look at myself like I can't just be um I can't just be considered, if it's 10 rappers in the room, I can't be the 11th rapper. I gotta be something, another title,
Something.
because
Yes.
this is
Yeah.
how I feel about myself. I'm a Leo.
I understand that
So
completely.
yeah, so that's what happened with me. I heard about Maya Angelou, and then I was like, man, she's an older woman, and she's still respected for her poetry, still going around the world reciting it,
Yeah.
and people want to hear her. So poets last forever, and despite rap is poetry, it's just all about the titles that will get you in different doors.
Most definitely. Yeah. I believe that.
Yeah. So I love this. The opportunity to be in this this culture of poetry. What are some of the things that you like about poetry that maybe we haven't spoken about?
The community within poetry. You create some lifelong connections with people,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
with the people in the crowd, the fans that come out. I remember I had a friend of mine who just was always a poetry fan. And one day, years later, she asked me to help her write a song for her wedding. And she wanted to present it to her husband. So to be entrusted to do that,
Mm,
I felt immense pride. And I made sure I put my heart and soul in those words because she entrusted me with that.
right.
So the
She allowed
community and
you.
the love. Yes.
I'm sorry. I was just saying. Yeah, she wanted you to be her voice, and when somebody trusts you to be their voice, like and they're good speakers themselves too. Sometimes, like, and then you be like, no, I want you to speak for me. That's powerful.
That, yes, exactly. Exactly. So the love in the community that poetry creates, it's something I look forward to all the time because you never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah, that's true. I like interacting with the audience as well.
Yes.
After the show, before the show and after the show, because it's special because they don't, especially they never seen you perform before, they never not familiar with you, and then they meet you before the show, and it may be nonchalant sometimes, and then they see you after the show sometimes, like,
Yeah.
man, like the ones that was more nonchalant is sometimes be the ones that's in your
Yeah.
face
And
you
when
love,
I go
like,
to
man,
a
you is
show,
dope.
yeah. When I go to a show, I'm super incognito. Like I said, I'm still kind of shy. So a lot of
Right.
times I go to the shows by myself and I will go sit in a corner by myself and vibe. I won't really say
Yeah.
anything to anybody. I'm just gonna sit in my little
Mhm.
corner. So then
Right.
when I do go and perform, they was like, was it that quiet girl in the corner that went on
Right.
stage and did that? Yeah, that's my thing.
I love that. I love that. Hey, this was a good shot of you right here. Where was this at?
Yeah. That was at the Queens of Poetry event.
Okay, okay. Nice,
Yes. They had the red
nice.
carpet laid out for us and everything. The whole stage setup was beautifully done as well.
Mm, I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Got the throne in the background. Y'all was ready.
Yes.
That was awesome. So
Thank
tell me about, what's the next book coming? Give us my audience a sneak peek.
Well, I'm actually changing a tune. The first two books were poetry books. This third book that I'm working on is going to actually be a parenting book.
Mm,
Because, like I said, I am a mother of twins. I went from being a stay-at-home mom in a relationship with their father to when they were almost 2 years old, we broke up, we went our separate ways, and then so I became a single working mom. So I'm just talking about all the ins and outs and the trials and tribulations and co-parenting and all the stresses that come with that. But even the stress that comes with it, there's beauty within it as well. So I talk about that journey.
That's awesome. And I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for having the confidence to switch lanes like that. Like that's you know what I mean? That's what's up right there. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Showing people again that, you know what I mean, there is no limits to, you know what I mean, you can start in one genre and you can, you know what I mean, go into a whole nother house. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's dope. That's really nice.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. For real, for
Oh,
real. You know
thank
what I'm
you.
saying? Now, you know, you just don't hear that though. You know what I mean? I'm not even fronting like I ain't capping at all. Like like to go from the first book, delayed gratification, and then you go up to wet, which is a more of a erotic book. And then so it went from motivational inspiration to
Yeah.
kind of freaky, which is cool. And then now into parenting. Like that's like it reminded me kind of like Nas, you know what I mean, when he started off with, you know what I'm saying, I am, and then it was
Mm,
written, and then he kind of just went through the chapters kind of his life,
yeah. Because
and
as
different
humans,
things.
we're multifaceted. People like to put themselves into categories. I'm not in a category. I'm in all of categories.
Hmm.
And a lot of people think that, you know, they're being true to themselves by sticking to the one category, the one label. We're a bunch of different labels, so you can dabble in and out of it. You can share all parts of it, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm sharing all parts of it: the ugly, the pretty, the beautiful, the nasty, the real. You know.
I heard that. I love that. Much respect, much respect.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And hey, you know what I mean? You've been doing your thing, like I say, for a minute. You know what I mean? I want to say, before we get into this intermission to where, you know what I mean, when we come back, you're going to have a chance to, you know, just remind them why your name is the one and only Manouchka, the poet. So we're just going to go ahead and take this little commercial break. And when it comes back, it's going to be, you know what I mean, real short, about 10, 15 seconds. Then we come back, the floor is all yours. The stage is yours. You know what I'm saying? And but
Appreciate
first, I just want to say thank you so much for being on the show today. Words of Silk Poetry TV show, and you already know this is brought to you by Landmark International Broadcasting and Isaidit Management. And this is season 2, and today is episode 4. I kind of was slipping. I didn't say all that in the beginning, so you know what I'm saying.
it.
So let me clean it up now. All right, now with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go into this short video. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play 2 videos, so it'll be you got basically 2 minutes. No, you
Gotcha.
got 1 minute. 1 minute is 1 minute.
All
1 minute to prepare yourself.
right. Got you.
All right. It's all you, Manouchka.
We both proclaimed we weren't ready to be exclusive. But as time progressed, you started to be on some new shit. Daily texts turn into pointless conversations, then expectations turn into complications. Just like Map Plus Someone gave us the wrong directions. Now, correction. Gave you the wrong direction. Because, baby, I was at a one-way street. You was at a four-way intersection. Couldn't decide whether to fuck me, love me, or be with me. So your solution to the problem was to do all three, but all without giving me the title of wifey to be. So you decided to stop giving me your time, saying line after line, lie after lie, baby, intertwine your minds with mine, and we will sit atop cloud nine and discuss the true meaning of you giving someone your time. Full-time nursing student from 7 to 3, work from 4 to 10, and I still found time to squeeze in an open mic show every now and again. I sometimes even perform in my work clothes, so don't tell me you can't perform because of your workload. So this is where I draw the line. Since you decided to use time as an excuse, I didn't chase you like cranberry juice. So no more calls or late night creeps between the sheets because you bit off more than you could eat. Then 1 week later, you flip like a record playing, text me long time no see. Nigga, how am I the stranger when it was you who strayed away from me? Thinking you could walk in and out of my life whenever you please? Please. Don't take no offense when you fall into my line of defense because your offensive lines just didn't make sense. Give me the false pretense that you actually like me when you were just playing with the fantasy of being with me, whispering sweet nothing succulently, softly, slowly, seducing me into your dreamland, where you're the king and you have the upper hand. Nigga, wake the fuck up. This ain't Neverland. Understand that you'll never command me. So whose pussy is this you scream? Ooh, baby, it seems we have a misunderstanding. There'll be no branding of this pussy because who does it belong to? Me. You may be in it beating it up, but as soon as I nut, your visitation is up. I don't understand why men get this misinterpretation that sexual relations equals an infatuation of us becoming a boo. Not every chick that fucks you wants to be with you. It's always been known that women are emotional creatures, but read that Black and Blue book and Steve Harvey will teach you to act like a lady and think like a man. So now the tables are turned. I started to formulate my plan. You think I plan to be your girl, so you already had your speech ready. Baby, I like you and all, but I'm just not ready to go steady. So instead of asking me what my true intentions are, you decided to be stupid and make this shit hard. So find another chick to get your dick hard. Matter of fact, watch a flick, jack your shit off, because I'm not the one. The fun ended when you pretended to like me just to keep me coming. When nigga, all I needed was that dick to keep this pussy coming. So as of now, I am through with you. The next time you get a girl, you should know what to do. Stop setting standards for us to follow through, unless you're gonna be a man and follow them too. Damn. And the fucked up part was, I really like this man, but I refuse to pursue a man without a plan. I choose to start off right where I began.
Wow, wow, that was incredible. Straight
Thank
up,
you, thank
straight up.
you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for, you know what I mean, giving us just a piece of your art and your poetry, you know what I mean. That was an awesome poem. You know what I mean? What was the name of that piece again?
It's called consistency.
Consistency. I love that.
Yes.
Okay, okay. You know what I mean? You definitely got to the point. You know what I'm talking about?
Straight, no
Yeah,
chaser.
I know, right? Hey, but no, that was really nice. Great performance. I really appreciate you. Much love. Again, like I say, salute to you. You definitely have my support right here in I Said the Management, ISaidItTV.com. And you know, just definitely, you know what I mean, reach out, you know what I mean, we can definitely continue to network. I just
Most
appreciate your
definitely.
spirit, your energy. Yeah, yeah.
I appreciate you for providing this platform for artists. It's definitely needed. I definitely appreciate you for that.
Much love, much respect. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I think that, you know, just, you know, continue to you know, just continue to network. And this is what I want you to do for me, please. I want you to suggest or recommend someone that you know to be on my show.
Oh, most definitely.
Another poet. You know what I mean? Send another poet over here so we can just keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
I
Help us
got
keep it
you.
going.
Most definitely will do that.
Absolutely. But hey, again, thank you so much. We have the well-known author who's working on now her third book, and well-respected queen of poetry in Miami, one of the queens of poetry of Miami, Manouchka. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for being on the show today.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Peace, Queen. Hey, remember, don't forget to create that Wikipedia.
I got you for that name, Manouchka.
That's right. Holla back. Blessings
All
to you,
right.
Queen. Peace.
All right.
Thank you for everyone that was in again, able to tune in live to another great episode of poetry. You know what I mean, with Manouchka. Man, that girl put it down. Did she not just rip the mic? You know what I mean? Everybody that been on this show rips the mic. You know what I mean? It's just such a pleasure to be able to have, you know what I mean, to pass them the mic. So that's really dope. So now with this being said, again, this show, get the poster up. Again, this is brought to you by Isaidit Management, being myself, and Landmark International Broadcasting Network. And this was again another great episode 4 of Words of Silk Poetry TV Show, Season 2. And again, that was invited guest poet Manouchka, and you can find her at Manouchka the Poet on her Instagram. And you can order that book too. Excuse me. So now, time for everyone that helps sponsor Isaidit Management. So first, I'm going to shout out StreetScienceRadio.com. Really appreciate my brother Phil, Canton, out there in Bloomington. He's been holding down the radio scene for many years, giving a lot of people and artists opportunities to be heard with their music, and they put the money in their pockets and, open the door for them to perform at his great events too. Prior to this whole pandemic thing. So shout out to StreetScienceRadio.com, one of the sponsors of Isaidit Management. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to AndyTheBarberDial.com. This girl is just super talented. She's a beauty influencer. She's really helping, inspiring, changing a lot of people's lives. Helping them with their self-esteem, because how you look sometimes how you feel, and she's really helping people with their confidence. The way that she's able to transform people, through the help of makeup, things of that nature, just help empower people. That's awesome. So make sure y'all follow my sponsor, AndyTheBarberDial.com. I appreciate you, lady. Peace, Queen. Then we also have Dolores Green, and I really appreciate her too. She's over here at BossBiz.com. She's with the AC Green Show movement when it comes to this. Let us serve you when it comes to this hair. They offer wigs, braids, extensions, beauty supplies, and more. And you can contact Dolores at 708-595-0016. And so shout out to Dolores Green. And she actually has a commercial attached to this as well. So I'm gonna play the commercial real quick.
Learn how to become a hair boss with mastermind courses and launch your very own hair extension business. Go to DoloresGreen.com. She'll teach entrepreneurs, hairstylists, salon owners, and individuals across the world how to generate profits with ease in the hair care industry. Learn how to purchase wholesale and resell for profit. Build and lead a team of like-minded individuals to become hair bosses just like you. Help shake up and take over the hair care market. Join a mastermind teen community and create your vision of what you want your business to look like. Visit DELORISgreen.com and register for the free webinar. Start a profitable hair boss business like you've always wanted. Go to DoloresGreen.com or call 708-595-0016. That's DELORISgreen.com.
Also, if you all didn't know, I have a really big show coming up associated with Shy Love LLC, along with Brenda Ritchie Taylor. And I'm really grateful. And this is actually the first time I'm showing this poster publicly. And so I'm really glad to have this show headlined by the famous, legendary, one and only Jenny Holiday. And then we also have the legendary Lavelle Stevens, who's a great singer, singer and actor and writer himself. And then we also have the famous Brenda Ritchie Taylor performing as well. And she's the daughter of the late, great Eddie Taylor. And if you don't know who Eddie Taylor is, Eddie Taylor life story was just recently played by the famous actor Leon from 5 Heartbeats. So it's awesome to have her a part of the show as well. As you see, I'm on the flyer because I'm going to actually be performing, a rare performance by myself. And then right there in the middle, man, we got KJ, the amazing KJ. And so I'm glad to say that he's, which you all are familiar with him being at all the shows that I've put on, you know what I mean, and put together. And it's been a pleasure, man, you know what I mean, to have KJ being a part of that. You know what I'm saying? He's always there, support. Appreciate you. So again, this is going to be at the Bar and Grill, VIP Bar and Grill in Homewood, Illinois. The address and everything's right there. It's beside Witch Taco. This is going to be a special, beautiful Mother's Day event. It's late at night. It's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets is only going to be $25. I mean, at the door, $25. You're going to be able to pay for that in cash. You'll be able to do a cash app. And we're going to try to make it available to where if you need to swipe your card at the door, all of this will be available. But you know, we're just gonna concentrate on, you know, just having the tickets for sale right there at the door. And we might have, you know, another way to pay for them. But right now, it's gonna be paid at the door. You know what I mean? Because there's already gonna be a selected few to be able to be in the building due to, you know, the capacity due to the CDC. So this is the other flyer because this is actually the honorary that we're going to be honoring that day. You know what I mean? Representing, it's sponsored by Tribute to Women event tour. And I'm so happy to have the opportunity to be able to honor and just celebrate a wonderful woman who's right here in the community of Chicago and have really been opening doors for a lot of people. And she's the architect behind a lot of things when it comes to the arts, business, music, PR work. I mean, everything. She's really the brains and the hands behind a lot of things that has happened over the many years here coming out of Chicago. So, you know, let it be known it's her time to be celebrated. And I'm glad that she was recently honored and recognized with an Emmy award. And that's just beautiful. As you see, she's holding her beautiful Emmy award, you know what I mean, representing Chicago. So that's dope. So make sure y'all come out and support Sister Africa, support all the great performers that's going to be on the show on Mother's Day. That's May the 9th. And I just really appreciate everybody's support. And if you can actually contact me by inbox or just, you know what I mean, hit isaidit.tv.com up, you know what I mean, contact me there too. You know, you can get tickets or whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? It's also opportunities to where you can promote your business wherever you may be located. Let that be known. You know what I mean? You see this backdrop in the background. You know what I mean? This is something that took a small investment for some people. And now I'm going to show this backdrop every single show. You know what I mean? And this backdrop is going to be live at the Mother's Day event because I have my friend Shakita Bananas, better known as She Bananas. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? She's actually going to be the celebrity interviewer that day. And she's going to be doing interviews representing my radio Chicago as well, because that's the station that she's on for her show, The Afternoon Kickback, which airs throughout the week. So shout out to She Bananas. And she I actually had the pleasure of having her on my other show yesterday, Celebrity Interview. I said the show, she was a guest. So really appreciate her. Awesome, awesome. And actually tomorrow, I'm sorry I did not have a poster up for some reason, but you know, I'm gonna be with the famous Teresa Griffin, you know what I mean, on Celebrity Interviewer. I said the show, so you all can definitely, you know what I mean, find me right back here live with Teresa Griffin. It's actually in the morning, it's like 11 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. But you know, just check my page. But again, today was another great episode of Words of Silk Poetry TV show. And we had the pleasure of having the famous Manouchka, the poet, one of the queens of poetry down there in Miami. And I'd like to thank her again for being on the show. Make sure you all go and support what she's doing. You know, again, to follow up, she has a great book that she wrote called Wet. She had another great book called Delayed Gratification. And she has an upcoming book. So just stay in tune with her. Follow her again at Manouchka, the poet, on Instagram. All right. Well, until I catch y'all next time, I really appreciate much love to everyone. You know me, much respect. Shout out to Gina Hills, justmemagazine.com. Shout out to justmemagazine.com. And like I say, shout out to Chi Bananas. Yeah, yeah. All right, holla back. Blessings.